What's going on, everybody? Matt Tremont here on episode number 1 of the Hardcore Hustle Organization H2O Wrestling Podcast, episode 1. It is Wednesday, May 8th. We are 3 days out from H2O Panic Switch this Saturday, May 11th, streaming live and only on IWTV. And we got a lot to get to on this debut episode of the H2O Wrestling Podcast. So let's recap our last live event that streamed live on IWTV just 2 weeks ago with H2O Wrestling Uninvited. Whole lot of action went down. We'll recap the evening and all that is leading up to this Saturday's H2O Panic Switch this Saturday, May 11th. At Uninvited, we had a couple on the promoter end. You know, there's always changes going into the card. And this card probably changed the most in the days leading up to it. Just, people couldn't make it to the show. We had a few people a few people were sick. And then the day of the show had more people a little under the weather. But it wouldn't be a pro wrestling show if we didn't have last minute changes. And I'm, running H2O for 8 years now. Pretty used to last minute changes and shuffling the card and, just doing what we have to do to, get to bell time and then put on the best show that we can possible. So Declan wound up being sick, so Lady Blakely stepped up in the opening match and took on Brax. Brax now with his manager Ashley, and they had an anything goes match to open the card. Solid back and forth match. Lady Blakely stepped up and picked up the victory in the opening match. Very, very proud of Lady Blakely doing what she does best. She's had to step up multiple times in the last year, for if somebody was sick or somebody couldn't make the show. So Lady Blakely's somebody I can always make that last minute call to and step up and do her thing. The twos, Donnie Love and Frank Benetti, they are originally supposed to take on the tag champs, the Pillars. Pillars couldn't make it out. So we had to reshuffle the deck as well. So they took on two mystery opponents, which wound up being two former H2O hybrid champions, Jess Moss and Lucky 13. But the tag team duo of the twos, who tag more frequently and often and more of a cohesive unit, wound up picking up the W, a big W for them, heading into this Saturday's Panic Switch. And then the rivalry continued. First time ever meeting between Duncan Aleem and Lowlife Louie. Duncan picked up the victory with a little bit of help from Brian Neal, and then a post-match beatdown on Lowlife Louie and Louie Jr., which sets us up this Saturday for Panic Switch, and we'll get to that more when we run down the card. Brian Neal also took on Cecilio Vega in a first time ever match, and Brian Neal, with the help of Duncan Aleem, got the victory over in that one. And then some of the bigger moments throughout the course of the night 2 weeks ago at Uninvited, Alex Stretch and Austin Luke, the H2O champion, had one hell of a throwback ECW style tables, ladders, and chairs match with actual tables and a couple doors. But they had a crazy match. Proud of both of them. And then as they both took a big bump off the ladder through a door ladder stack that was just intense. As Austin proceeded to climb the ladder, the lights went off, and when the lights came back on, the H2O championship was gone. Chando was up in the Eagle's Nest cutting a promo, and then revealed he had the title, and then made the challenge to Austin that he is now in possession of the title, and if he wants that belt, he can come get it this Saturday at Panic Switch. So, like I said, we'll get to more of that as we run down the Panic Switch card. So there was no contest, no winner in the Austin Luke Alex Stretch ladder match. And then in the main event, the alter ego of myself, the Killdozer, took on Anthrax for the first time ever. I danced with Anthrax, a student of H2O Wrestling Academy, came up through the ranks and has earned it the hard way, the right way. and he Killdozer aside, he did a fantastic job. Went in there, 200 light tubes, bunch of glass, got bloody. So it was, I was very proud of his efforts overall. And then post match, 2/3 of the Angels of Death come ringside in Jess Moss and Lady Blakely, and then challenge me because they will be accompanied to the ring with Kennedy Copeland to a 3-on-1 House of Horrors match this Saturday at Panic Switch, because they're going to keep on. Everybody's going to keep on trying to get the Bulldozer back. So we shall see. And like I said, I'll talk about that more when we run down this Saturday's card. So those were the results from 2 weeks ago. H2O Uninvited. You can watch that event in full on demand at any time, 24/7 on streaming replay on IWTV. So why don't we take a step back for a sec and check out some highlights from H2O Wrestling Uninvited.
One hails TWE and H2O will take part in a 3-day weekend. Ran roughshod over the swing and and Ash just took to the steam. Here's the avalanche. Rats is in the drop zone. Look out. Running hip attack. There's the cannon. Yeah, right. Oh, no. Ripcord. There's the elbow. Go for the head. He got caught. Triangle choke. Triangle choke. Triangle. It's Bomber. Again. Right off the head. Oh, my God. Any more despicable. You attacked the man's kid. Belly to bat suplex. And Jessica folded up. Using Donnie as a springboard and hits the steam. Baseball slide drop hits the ladder. Is this big, ginormous? Slams it. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? The lights are out. The lights are out.
This is the future. And the future is looking bright.
Main event time. Into him now. Oh my God! And here we go.
They're going to hell, as they said.
3 versus 1 in a House of Horrors death match.
What? Can the Angels of Death be the ones to bring back the Bulldozer at Penn?
All right, we just checked out the highlights from H2O Uninvited. Like I said, you can watch the replay of that awesome event anytime, 24/7 on demand on IWTV, independentwrestling.tv, located on all the apps, Google Play, all that good shit. Let's run down this Saturday's Panic Switch card, Saturday, May 11th, live from the H2O Wrestling Center at the Kevin Hogan Memorial Hall in Williamstown, New Jersey. Doors are 7:25, and we go live with a bell time of 8 p.m. All tickets are $30 at the door for this event. I believe there is 5, as of right now, front row tickets left. If you're looking to have a front row seat, but anywhere in the H2O Wrestling Center is a good seat. And all tickets, like I said, they'll be $30 at the door. Let's run down this Saturday's card. 8 jam-packed matches live on IWTV for H2O Panic Switch. I guess a little tidbit. We're going to open the card this Saturday with the 4-way death match. Tentatively, as of now, like I said, things can always change, especially in pro wrestling. But we will open up with the 4-way death match with JB Anderson, Brax, Declan Grant, and Anthrax. Anthrax is coming off a big match. Declan missed the last show. Brax is looking for redemption with the loss to Lady Blakely. And JB wasn't here at the last show, so he's coming in hot. I know he just did a no-ring match in Connecticut, so he's probably feeling feisty and ready to get violent. So that'll be a big win for anybody to come out of that 4-way death match, and we're going to open up hot with some violence this Saturday live on IWTV. The two tag teams that picked up 2 big W's, 2 big victories at Uninvited. They're going to collide for the first time. The newly formed team of primetime Leroy Robinson and Gigi Everson will take on the twos, Donnie Love and Frank Benetti, in tag team action. And then we will have a four-way hybrid title match. The president and his cabinet have been unstoppable in 2024. The president winning the hybrid championship back at Cage of Hell this past January has been on a tear, and this will be his toughest challenge to date. Aaron Wade, the sensei, returns to H2O along with Cody Manhorn and Cecilio Vega, all vying to try to beat the president. And the president will be accompanied by Johnny Radix in this fatal four-way one-fall match for the H2O Wrestling Hybrid Championship. And then this next match, this one is personal. We will have Brian Neal, one half of the South Street Survivors, taking on H2O Wrestling Hall of Famer, the low-life legend himself, Low-Life Louie. And Duncan Alim will be handcuffed or zip-tied, whatever we wind up figuring out, to Low-Life Louie Jr. So Jr. will be handcuffed to Duncan ringside, so there's no interference. And Brian's going to have to go at it one-on-one with the legend himself in this next chapter of their story right now. Big tag team title match. The Pillars return this Saturday. Pillars won the tag team titles back at Torn to Shreds this past December, beating Chaos Control and the South Street Survivors. If you want to go back and watch Torn to Shreds, that is available on IWTV on demand. And they will be challenged by Bam and Mouse, the extricated former H2O tag team champions. Bam and Mouse have been here pretty much since day one. I think maybe the third, fourth, or fifth show. I believe Subterranean Violence, the first volume that we did back in 2017 at the CZW Dojo in Blackwood. And they have pretty much been here, every show since. So actual pillars of H2O in Bam and Mouse take on the Pillars. Tommy Vendetta and the Process, Malcolm Monroe III, MM3. That should be exciting, and maybe they'll get a little funky and have some weaponry in that match as well. H2O Championship is on the line. 2 weeks ago, the lights went off, and when the lights came back on, the title was gone. Chondo had the belt up in the Eagle's Nest. So there was no winner, no contest in that Alex Stretch, Austin Luke ladder match. So now we have it. Chondo, who's in possession of the title, will try to keep the belt permanently and defeat Austin Luke for his H2O championship. And Austin right now, I believe, in his tenure in this reign, in his second reign ever as H2O champion, is probably the third longest heavyweight champion right now in H2O history. He's coming up close on Lucky 13's record, and then shortly after Lucky 13's record would be Manders' record of the longest reign in H2O wrestling history. So Austin's going to look to get possession of his belt, beat Chondo, and continue probably one of the best reigns in the H2O Heavyweight Championships, its title's history so far. Austin's been a dominant champion. All of his matches have been fantastic. Pretty much every show this year has been a match of the year candidate. Just off the top of my head, the title defense versus Leroy back at Full House in February. His title four-way against MM3, Vendetta, and Bam at Praying was fantastic. Austin, Luke, and Declan. 20-plus minute match at Monday Night Death was fantastic. Austin defended the title against Tank back at Hustle Cup. So he's had nothing but bangers and match of the year candidates for H2O, in the 2024 calendar year. Austin always puts his working boots on and works tremendously hard, and it's just a great pro wrestler, that has, grown so much coming out of the H2O, Wrestling Academy. So very proud of him as champion and representing our company in H2O, and himself. He carries himself like a professional, and he's just a great professional wrestler. And I'm sure him and Chando will be a hard-hitting contest. And Austin's going to look to get his title back. What else we got? In the Danny Havoc Hardcore Championship, Neil Diamond Cutter returns after 2 defenses Mania weekend. He defeated back at Monday Night Death Mania week. Retained the title against Colby and Joel Bateman at Monday Night Death 5. And in the main event, which was fantastic triple threat death match. You can watch Monday Night Death on demand anytime on IWTV. And then the very next night, he had a mystery opponent, open challenge match for his Danny Havoc Hardcore Championship. And Neil defeated the debuting Lou Nixon for the title, and which is another tremendous match. And you can watch Hustle Cup on demand anytime on IWTV. And that was the first time we saw Lou Nixon in an H2O ring. But Neil returns this Saturday, as well as the longest reigning Danny Havoc Hardcore title holder in H2O history, and Brandon Kirk. This will be a first-time match in H2O. I know Kirk and Neil have fought, numerous times before, ICW No Holds Barred and others. But it's a first-time match here at H2O that's going down. It's the longest reigning Danny Havoc Hardcore Champion returning against the current reigning and defending Danny Havoc Hardcore Champion, World Hardcore Champion, in Neil Diamond Cutter. That'll be going down this Saturday at Panic Switch. And then there's myself. Well, the alter ego of myself, the Killdozer, will face the Angels of Death, Kennedy Copeland, Jess Moss, and Lady Blakely, in a 3-versus-1 House of Horrors match, which as of right now will be your main event this Saturday at Panic Switch, live on IWTV. So we're going to open with a death match and close with some hardcore this Saturday at Panic Switch. Like I said, there's about 4 or 5 front row tickets left. So if you're looking to reserve tickets in advance, shoot me a message on Facebook or email tremont2k11@gmail.com. Tremont2k11@gmail.com to reserve front row seats, second row seats, whichever you'd prefer. And tickets are always available at the door. All tickets are $30. You can pay Cash App, or Venmo at the door for your tickets. Doors open 7:25 tentatively, and then we rock and roll and go live on IWTV at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday. So fun card, and this card is all building up to. This will be our furthest stretch in between shows, since we ran Uninvited 2 weeks ago, and we're right back at it 2 weeks later after Panic Switch this Saturday. H2O then has a few weeks off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 6 weeks until H2O will return for our 8-year anniversary weekend on Saturday, June 22nd and Sunday, June 23rd. Both nights live on IWTV. Tickets for each night are $30 each. And matches will start to be announced and set up for that big 8-year anniversary weekend this Saturday at Panic Switch. So looking forward to Saturday in the ring, to performing, and as far as being promoter and owner and all that stuff. Looking forward to the show, continuing to see the progress of everybody here, and just always putting our best foot forward and putting on the best show that we can possible, and giving your money's worth for all the people that are able to come out each month and support us. And sometimes we're running multiple shows a month here, and we've called H2O Wrestling Center home since 2018. So for the last 6 years here in Williamstown doing our thing, as always, like I say at the end of every show, I greatly appreciate it, and it keeps us going. We really are like the little engine that could, the little mom and pop corner store. We don't have big money advertisers or sponsors behind us, or just we ride and die off your guys' support. So I greatly appreciate it. And speaking of support, we'll go to some plugs, and right now show you where you can get H2O Wrestling merchandise at deathmatchworldwide.com. So as you seen that nice little video ad, H2O beanies, H2O t-shirts, H2O hoodies. Lot of new shirts in the last few weeks have dropped. So those are all available online at deathmatchworldwide.com. Thanks to Corey and Deathmatch Worldwide for all what they do for supporting H2O and Deathmatch Wrestling. And if you get bored during the week, and you got 3 days to kill until our next live event on IWTV, head on over to IWTV and check out the on-demand section. Go to promotions, hit H2O. We have 200 plus events in our catalog from almost 8 full years of H2O wrestling. Pretty much all of our live events, I think, except a few, are all in the catalog. And you watching us on demand, during the week, every day, every week, every month, and watching us live, that supports H2O a lot, big time, through IWTV. And just the thanks, as always, to IWTV for the crew and what they do, and multiple times a month coming to the H2O Wrestling Center and doing a great job streaming us, so worldwide, so people can watch our product. Multiple ways you can support H2O. Come to the live shows, buy a ticket, buy some merch at the shows, buy merchandise online, deathmatchworldwide.com, and watching us on demand, watching the replays, and watching us live go a long way and really help out H2O keep doing what we are doing. So, and to wrap things up, quick little wrap up and some announcements. In the beginning of the H2O Uninvited, back on April 27th, down in TWE in Chattanooga, before their event started on Saturday, April 27th, Dylan Hales hit the ring and announced a pretty big triple header weekend, a joint collaboration with TWE and H2O. Pretty big for both of us, big for H2O, as we've never really hit the road too much outside of Williamstown. H2O ran Dayton, Ohio back in July of 2018, Destruction in Dayton. That show's available on demand on IWTV. And our few early shows were scattered at different places in different towns in South Jersey. Other than that, we have been here in Williamstown for the last 6 years. So H2O is hitting the road this October, a triple header weekend with TWE. Friday, October 25th, TWE presents Nightmare on Dayton Boulevard. And then the very next night on Saturday, October 26th, it'll be TWE versus H2O. So you're going to see a lot of your H2O favorites that you see here in Williamstown make the trek down to Chattanooga, Tennessee. And then to wrap up that big October weekend, on Sunday, October 27th, will be Tremont's Deathmatch Tournament number 5 in Chattanooga, Tennessee at the TWE Arena. First time we're hitting the road in a long time, and first time Deathmatch Tournament at the TWE Arena, one of our premier Deathmatch tournaments in H2O that we are bringing down south, a little southern flavor, a little southern violence for the 5th installment of TDMT. So that's this October. So Halloween weekend, that's been a customary thing here for H2O the last few years. Won't be here in New Jersey, unfortunately, for the first time ever. It's going to be down in Chattanooga, Tennessee. October 25th, 26th, and the 27th. More information will get released as we get closer to the event. Tickets and talent and all that good stuff where to buy tickets and everything. But I'm looking forward to that trip. I really like everybody down at TWE, and very thankful to be have the opportunity to run in somebody else's house and bring the H2O style of pro wrestling as we present it, down south to Chattanooga, and joining up with them guys. Everybody's great down at TWE, so I'm really looking forward to that Halloween weekend. And if you're listening to this, you'll be getting a first time news. I haven't even dropped it on the internet yet. I know some were a little disappointed that we won't be here for the Halloween weekend, and we won't be doing the next installment of TDMT here in Williamstown. I saw a couple tweets when I go in there from time to time. But I do promise that this summer, the other premier H2O Deathmatch tournament that we have not done in a couple years will be returning in either July or August. And if you're longtime fans of H2O, I think you'll know what that deathmatch tournament is, as it's been a couple years since we've done it. So that'll be returning. But I can announce that following our 8-year anniversary weekend on June 22nd and 23rd, H2O's July date will be Friday, July 19th. Then we will be doing an afternoon show on Sunday, July 28th. And then our August date currently right now is Saturday. Let me check the calendar. Should have wrote this down. Should be Saturday, August the 17th. Yes. So our summer dates following our 8-year anniversary are Friday, July 19th. Right now, that's our sole event in July. Oh, no, excuse me. And then Sunday, July 28th. That'll be an afternoon show. Bell time and all that to be announced. And then our August date currently is Saturday, August the 17th. And one of those dates will be a big deathmatch show for our hometown faithful crowd in Williamstown. So you're definitely still going to get your tournament violence fix, even though TDMT is going to be happening down south this year with TWE and H2O coming down to Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I think that's episode 1. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how the response is. I'm going to edit all this together shortly, and we'll release it on the H2O YouTube channel. So please like and subscribe to the H2O, the official H2O YouTube channel. I'm going to try to do these as often as I can. If people like that I'm doing them, fantastic. It'll take about 20-30 minutes of my time, and then probably another half hour to an hour putting all this together. So just gives me something to do on a Wednesday afternoon where I don't have too much going on. So we recapped Uninvited, showed some highlights. We ran down the Panic Switch card. More information to be announced on the anniversary. We plugged the merch. We plugged the on-demand on IWTV. And then we wrapped it up with some summer date announcements and H2O TWE October information. So as always, thank you for supporting H2O Wrestling. It's pretty cool that we're coming up on our 8-year anniversary this June 22nd and 23rd. Big doubleheader, 8 effing years anniversary weekend. For what we have planned so far, I think people are going to be pretty excited. And like I said, a lot of that's going to be set up this weekend. So if you ain't doing nothing this Saturday, May 11th, please come on down to the H2O Wrestling Center in Williamstown, New Jersey, 1041 Glassboro Road, Building C, Suite 1. And come watch H2O Wrestling live as we present Panic Switch, Doors 725, Bell live on IWTV at 8 o'clock. All tickets are $30 at the door. 8 matches. We're starting with death and then going out with some more death to hardcore. 4-way death match, a House of Horrors match, Brandon Kirk returns versus Neil Diamond Cutter. Bam and Mouse versus the Pillars. Brian Neal versus Louie. 4-way hybrid title. Big tag team match. 4-way death. So please come out and enjoy another night of fun family hardcore pro wrestling at the H2O Wrestling Center in Williamstown, New Jersey this weekend. I am Matt Tremont, the Bulldozer, the Killdozer, whatever mood I'm feeling that day. As far as the H2O universe goes right now, I'm Killdozer, and those girls are going to have to bring it this Saturday if they really want to try to bring the Bulldozer back. But yeah, appreciate everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening.